Windows open, jet plane in the background. Well, Papa Bear has been busy, and I haven't had much time to make car videos recently. But I wanted to make one today because, first of all, there's something I want to talk about. But first of all, and more importantly for some of you, I'm going to have a free group coaching session next Monday, August 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Free group coaching session, Monday, August 14th, 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're not on my newsletter mailing list, you can get on it and get the Zoom information to join that meeting. I'll put the link below for my newsletter sign up. And if you sign up, you'll get the Zoom info before the meeting begins on Monday. So, yeah, also for those of you who have never done any kind of coaching, because, I'm a big proponent of getting coaching and counseling or whatever you want to call it in regards to a lot of these LOA and manifesting ideas, because it's very, very helpful, and it's very underappreciated, I would say, in the LOA space at large. One reason for that is because people are reticent to invest in themselves, which is not a good reason. It's very good to invest in yourself. When you think about how much people spend to take classes in college, for instance, that they don't even like, for stuff that they're never going to actually use in their lives, when you compare that to taking a class or a course or a coaching with something that you are very interested in, it's a much better investment than most people spend on their college educations, in my opinion. So that's a misguided reason that people don't get coaching. But a good reason why there's not more people who get coaching in this LOA space, I was talking to Cecilia about this the other day. We were texting about it. Is just because there's so many shitty LOA coaches, law of assumption coaches, manifesting coaches, self-improvement coaches, gurus out there. There's so many shitty ones. And I don't consider myself to be shitty, but you get to judge for yourself if you attend this free group coaching session, and see what real non-shitty coaching and counseling is like in this LOA space. So what I thought I would talk about today is something that I have in my wallet. It's from a Zen calendar. I think I've mentioned my Zen calendars before in these car videos. I love those daily Zen calendars where you pull off, have a new Zen saying each day. This one's from last year. This is from Sunday, October 23rd, 2022. And I like this so much that I put this in my wallet. This quote. It says, "You're bound to become a Buddha if you practice. If water drips long enough, even rocks wear through. It's not true thick skulls can't be pierced. People just imagine their minds are hard." Shi Wu said that. I think that's how you say it. Shi Wu. SHIHWU. Shi Wu. I thought that was a great quote, and also very relevant to LOA and what we always talk about in terms of using your imagination and being persistent, and the value of being persistent. I'm going to read it one more time. "You're bound to become a Buddha if you practice. If water drips long enough, even rocks wear through. It's not true thick skulls can't be pierced. People just imagine their minds are hard. I hear Betty crying in the background. You might hear that too. You get to experience that today because the car windows are open. Yeah. So often, when it comes to LOA stuff, manifesting stuff, self-improvement stuff, really, we feel like we're not making the progress we would like to make. We feel like we're not meeting the expectations that we would like to have, and we feel like we're not learning, we're not getting anywhere. And quite often in my experiences and in my opinion, we are getting somewhere. But it's a subtle, nuanced progress that we are making. We often are applying this stuff and learning about this stuff in the slight edge quality. The slight edge, I've mentioned that before. That book by, I think Jeff Olson wrote it. I'll link below to the book. The slight edge says you just keep on going and working on something. You don't do anything necessarily dramatic each day, and you don't make dramatic improvements a lot of the time. But if you just keep on going, you get where you want to go. But often you get where you want to go not in the time frame you want, but in the time frame it takes. And sometimes things that you think should manifest within months end up taking years. But if you do persist and keep on going, they tend to manifest. Or if they don't, in the very least, how you feel about the thing you want to manifest is completely shifted into a more positive light. That's the value of keeping on going and being persistent in a non-esoteric, weird, spiritual way. If water drips long enough, even rocks wear through. We think it's not. We think that that we can't learn, and that our skulls are too thick. We're too stubborn. Whatever. It's not true. Thick skulls can't be pierced. They can. Just keep going. People just imagine their minds are hard. They imagine their minds are hard. If we imagine that we are learning, progressing, getting somewhere, that day by day, in every way, we're getting better and better. Our imagination cooperates with us more if we have that positive outlook. And your external world, the 3D, is going to present you with all these seeming instances of this not working, of what you want to be happening not happening. It's going to throw you all these quote-unquote tests. But if you do just keep on going and see that for what it is, which is part of the creative process that we're all in, whether we're consciously trying to use these manifesting principles or not, see that as part of the flux of life and part of the creative process, and embrace it. Embrace that that's how your imagination works with and through things. Your life can change for the better. And it can change for the better much faster than you would expect, but not as fast as you would like. You understand? We read a new manifesting book or find a new teacher, get so excited, and we're like, this is going to totally change my life in a couple months. Where before we found that new teacher or teaching or whatever, we would have been happy if our life changed dramatically within maybe a few years. But we found this teacher, they claim big things, we get excited, we think our whole life is going to shift quickly within a few months or 6 months. And when it doesn't, we get despondent. When if we remembered our original outlook of I want to substantially change my life, but it takes as long as it takes, and it might take a couple of years. It might even take more than a couple of years to get some of these big changes that I want into my life, but I'm going to be more conscious implementing these principles and know that every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I'm having more and more of a positive outlook and directed focus in terms of what I want in my life and actualizing it in my life. It helps. And what you want comes to you more easily. People just imagine their minds are hard. They imagine their minds are not malleable. It's like, Kuei always says, like, we graft our problems onto the real problem we have, the real issue we have. In regards to health, which is what he primarily spoke about in that regard, it's like, we imagine we have, like, pain in, like, our foot. And we have some pain in our foot. That's legitimate. But then we start imagining about it negatively, and we make it 10 times worse and make it take 10 times as long to heal. Or really, Kuei would say this, we make it 100 times worse and make it take us 100 times as long to heal. Kuei was able to create so many miracles for people, quote unquote miracles. He didn't actually believe in miracles because he got them to stop grafting. And usually when people stopped grafting imaginatively, negatively onto their issue, the issue entirely dropped away, or dropped away slowly but surely, or in the very least became more manageable. This is the deep shit. Either you get what I'm talking about or you don't. But I know a lot of you watching this channel do get what I'm saying. Yeah, once again, group coaching, free session, Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Sign up for the newsletter if you would like that. If you want one-on-one coaching, the real stuff, the real deep stuff, just go to radicalcounselor.com or contact me at info@radicalcounselor.com for more information. And once again, you're bound to become a Buddha if you practice. If water drips long enough, even rocks wear through. It's not true thick skulls can't be pierced. People just imagine their minds are hard. Shi Wu.